Hello, Strikers, and welcome to the first week of the North American Strikers Academy. Today, I am joined here by Lego Mage, and we're about to watch a heater match of Plink Plonk versus Oshino Core Flip. Hey, what
Oh
can you tell
yeah.
me about these teams? What's going on?
Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, like you said, this is probably gonna be a bit of a heater match, right? Plink Plonk. We saw them last season in NASA. Moffin, J Dog, and just Logan. They always had basically a show to like put on, right? I've said it before. Moffin might be like the GOAT. I love the Rasmus goalie pick. I like the Kazan goalie pick, just watching him cook on those. So they've just always been a very entertaining team. Meanwhile, you got Oshino Core Flip on the other side who made a really great landing run, but just couldn't quite make it through to NASL, but still have a really, really strong looking roster. You got Lang and Kashikoma, and of course Water Fury, who was subbing for Demons Raw yesterday, and already like coming together in the NASA environment now. Like that's just looking like a strong roster regardless. And game one, we're gonna be hopping over to Clarion Test Chamber with Quick Strikes and Cast to Last. So we'll see how that, a little bit snoozer on the Awakenings, but Clarion Test Chamber, uh, very fun map. A lot of people warming up to it more and more, and I think we're going to see some really great gameplay in this first game.
Yeah, definitely. I love when people pick this map. It is so fun and exciting. It's hey, welcome to the Mario Party rotation,
Yeah.
especially on a quick strike start. Things get a little crazy in these corners on like three of these variants. But
Yeah,
super exciting to see.
interestingly enough, Clarion is kind of what a lot of people consider to be like the best Rasmus goalie map, which with Moffin could be pretty neat, but it is actually going to be a Finny pick from Moffin today. It looks like Oshi snagged up the Rasmus whenever they did the character draft. I don't know who got first pick, but we got just Logan on the Kazan, though. We do see the Now and the Atlas coming out together for the side of Oshi. No core flip Atlas on the goalie. So Monumentalist is going to be a big pickup for them, kind of whenever it shows up, and controlling who gets MVP. You know, should they get MVP when it arrives, could actually matter a fair bit. So some interesting team comp. It's really the damage from the side of Plink Plunk right now versus the constant healing and revives from the side of Oshi, and we'll just have to see how they play it out.
Well, it looks like they're playing it out pretty well so far, getting both barriers and scoring right there. Looking at the Awakenings, everyone took quick strikes. Not a surprise there. And we've got 2 strike shots and 4 slick kicks on the board. So a pretty strong commitment to the slick kicks, which is what we've been seeing recently. And I think the really interesting thing here is the word on the street is that Moff and Koei has been picking up things that aren't Kazan and Rasmus. One of them I've heard is Zentaro goalie, which, you know, no comment. But Finny is the other one I've heard, and here it is right now. You know, the Kazan being picked up by Just Logan 2 here. The
Yeah.
Rasmus having a tough time here. Lang just getting a couple fans on him, which is kind of what is going to happen with the Finny. And there he goes. Knocked out, and 2 core flips on the board for Plink Plunk means that's going to be going in right there.
Nice score there from Just Logan. Yeah, interesting you mentioned the Zentaro goalie, because, like, weirdly enough, there's been, like, rumblings here and there of people saying that, like, it's real, but, like, people just don't understand it yet or something, because there's, like, Dash Strike is apparently, like, one of the best ways to clear in the game or something, but obviously you missing out on a lot of other, like, goalie tools, so it'd be interesting to see. I think if anyone can pull it off, I think it's Moffin. So that could be an interesting thing to follow, kind of throughout the season. If we ever actually see that, that would be really hype, I think.
Right, hey, I'm one of the stronger supporters of Zentaro goalie. Again, we'll not say if it's good or not. No opinion there, but it would be really cool to see it, and I completely agree. If anyone can pull it off, Moff and Joey is that. But oh, you know what we're seeing being pulled off here is top tier glitch pops coming out from J-Dog. Not on the Juno, but still has that that devious Amy pick.
Yeah, and jumping in this draft now. Got a couple nice things. Got heavy impacts here. Going to be going over to J-Dog. A nice little reward for MVP. Curious to see if anyone's going to end up going for that among Titans. That is there, but Chrono Boost on the now. Just get a little bit more speed there. Twin Drive on the Kazan makes sense. More form switching for just Logan. Atlas, not a lot to pick up here. Just going to go for the size. It does take it away from Rasmus, but Moffin probably would have just taken it anyway. So it's just going to be a prize fighter for Moffin and Lang. Going for that spec might have a little bit of... Might find one or two hook KOs on some of the damage variants, but yeah, we'll see. Nothing too massive showing up here, except, you know, more damage going over to the side of Plink Plonk, which, you know, is what they like to see.
Yeah, definitely. We could see some very interesting hooks coming out with this specialized training. Interestingly, I'm thinking this recovery drone on Water Fury could be really nice because they're just going full anti-damage here. You know, they have the Atlas Revive, they have the Now. You know, but on this variant, the Project Obscura, the damage is out in full force from the map, and it's going to be really hard to actually get it as a KO does come out on Kashikoma. And Just Logan 2 is able to hook it right past Water Fury and poke it in.
Nice plays there. We did see one good play, though, from Lang with the spec training, where he basically just pulled Just Logan, like, across the entire map. Of course, they managed to pick up the KO and get the power play anyway, but, you know, that's, you know, the hook doesn't have to KO. It can be a really good denial tool, as well as just, like, pulling Moffin out of the way to, like, stop a barrier. But we're seeing right now, Lang is actually the one taking a fair bit of damage at the moment. Gonna have to get Kashikoma's Now ult here, but Just Logan getting the orb, getting big. The top spin is taking Kashikoma off the board. However, in the reverse power play, it's actually Oshi who bring down both of Plink Plonk's barriers here. And now they're going to have to work to try and fight back before Kashikoma comes back online, but they still have one barrier up here. Clear out of this top side. Just Logan burns the core flip. Now core flip from Water Fury, trying to clear it out. Get it, pushing it up the field a little bit. Kashikoma trying to get to Lang, has the whiplash up, but not quite close enough. Death Touch is not going to be able to connect here. Now getting it back into the hands of Just Logan, but the Astral Projection from Water Fury sends it out. However, that is Lang going down in another power play here for Plink Plonk. J-Dog has a flip up as well, but in the top corner, Kashikoma is winning the strike force and a shot right to the top. Beautiful shot from Kashikoma is going to seal the point there, as Oshi will tie it up.
Yeah, locking it in. I believe first point on the board, and you know, they played that point really well, looking really strong. You know, we're able to get those barriers both at the same time and capitalize off of it really well. Lang almost getting another barrier right there. Oshi is here. Still taking a lot of damage, but the Atlas Revive comes out. Lang staggered once again after the revive. Gets knocked out, but both barriers are down for Plink Plonk, and things are looking pretty good for Oshi.
What a strike shot from Moffin to just send Lang into the center there. Now J-Dog, though, has a core flip up. They're looking to make this push, but so far Oshi managing to keep the barrier up. Lang is back online, but they still got a bit of defensive work to do to get this core out of here. Just Logan shot to the top here. Got to get past the 50 secondary. Water Fury burns the core flip, but Moffin keeping it in the midfield so far. Ooh, almost snipes Kashikoma off the field with that card, but it will manage to survive for just a little while longer. But the health bars are not looking great on the side of Oshi. No core flip right now as we go into overtime. J-Dog brings out the Firewall Sentry, trying to get it past this midfield here. Just Logan puts it back in this top corner, but just can't quite grab a hold of it. Now Lang goes for the top, but can't find the Death Touch. And Moffin with another KO, but another res. Lang still able to survive Water Fury. These Atlas ults has been coming in clutch right now. They're trying to get over to just Logan. J-Dog in the midfield, trying to get it past Kashikoma, but Kashikoma winning a lot of strike wars here. Keeping it held down, getting it over to Lang, goes for the pendulum swing, but forces out Moffin's flip as he continues to remain in the neutral for a while. But now J-Dog with the core goes for the center bounce, doesn't quite find it, and it gets back to just Logan over on the defensive side. Lang looking for a shot. J-Dog able to block that one, though. And now Water Fury has to reset the offense here, but a core flip from just Logan in the midfield finds the shot. No cooldowns on Water Fury to block that one, as Plink Plonk gonna bring it to set point.
Yeah, what a great shot. Just Logan saying, like, if I can just use this core flip to get through Kashikoma, it's in. And he was right, just kind of point blank reaction checking him. Vibes check even.
Yeah.
Really well played. But, hey, both barriers are down for Plank Plonk, and Oshi are here to try and put it in right here, right now. A ton of damage coming out on Kashikoma, but they still have the ball in their possession.
They got the bouncers to work with. Muffin doesn't have too much mobility, and when the Finny secondary is down, you can make a shot down to across the net and try and find it here. Get a little bit of that bouncer speed, maybe. A nice death touch from Lang. He's going to get it in, but Muffin, good positioning. Is able to save it away now. Or just Logan trying to get some forward pressure for Plink Plunk, but is a little bit too hurt right now. And Kashikoma with a core flip up in the midfield gets stalled out, but pass to Lang. However, the defense from Plink Plunk is going to shut that down, but Kashikoma shot to the top. J-Dog with the glitch pop saves him off and goes for the core flip, but Lang able to speed boost in and block it away, stealing the point now. Oshido core flip will tie it up on set points.
Yeah, bringing us to a 0.5. We see very little energy for the side of Oshi here. Lang being closest to core flip and might have to evade with how much damage is taken right now. Get a little bit of now healing, keeping that up. Meanwhile, on Plink Plonk, J-Dog has a full core flip. Could make something happen with it. But right now, Oshi's just kind of having to avoid the gauntlet of the million abilities flying at their face to try and maintain control. A good expanse coming out from Water Fury, but they're just really struggling to hold these barriers to the Kazan.
Yeah, Kazan able to get it around the Atlas when there's no like expanse or anything to deal with. A nice shot as well there from Just Logan. Is going to see Plink Plonk take their second set. Muffin the MVP as we roll into the next draft. Manu is showing up on the board this time around. It's got to get through 3 people, though, to get down to Kashikoma, so I doubt it's falling to the now. But Rapid Fire and Primetime are also here, and yeah, Moffin's just going to pick it up immediately. Rapid Fire on Water Fury is pretty nice to get some more of those astral projections out. Primetime on Kashikoma as well, but the Stinger pickup on J-Dog just means even more damage, and Oshi's already kind of struggling with their health bars. Bulk up on Just Logan, that's even more damage. Bulk up is pretty strong awakening in general. It's going to be a little bit difficult for them to survive. They're going to have to rely on these extra cooldowns that they've gained to really just focus on the core control, but so far Muffin and J-Dog have really been shutting down almost everything Lang's been able to throw at them, and it's just looking really good for Plink Plonk.
Yeah, I think Oshi picking up peak performance on Lang is going to be really, really big. Just a little bit of extra stagger to work with. But yeah, like you said, bulk up coming through is going to mean this Kazan's hitting way harder. Stinger means that, you know, hey, nice stagger awakening, but so just doing percentage health. Oh! And some crazy snipes from downtown. Moth and Koei on the prize fighter means that's going to be stacking up a little bit as Kashikoma is down. And the barriers are down for Oshi now.
Yeah, looking like a tough spot now as J-Dog has another core flip. Just Logan's going to have one in just a moment as well. Lang trying to work way up the field here. Isn't quite going to get the barrier. Has a whiplash, but Core moving a bit too fast on the bounce house to be able to land that one. Now Muffin, core flip, trying to get it out, but Kashikoma able to intercept it, trying to keep it in this corner, but is it cleared out once again? Maybe another opportunity here, laying in the top side. Nice clear, though, from Muffin. Get some overtime speed, however, Kashikoma is able to recover it and bring down the barrier here. Lang has a core flip, but burns it on the air. Doesn't matter, though, because Kashikoma is going to set him up once again to find the pendulum swing, as Oshi will be first off to take a point here, but I mean, they got to make the full reverse sweep at this point to take back game 1, so we'll see if they can do it or not.
Right, they've got to go all the way 8 more if they want to win this game, but very good start. Maybe not this point. A lot of damage coming out, both barriers down. Things are looking rough, but Kashikoma getting knocked out. Core flip pass coming out from J-Dog, and Just Logan 2 puts it in. And Plink Plonk said, hey, we're here to even it up. Take this in 3.
Great setup there from Plink Plonk. And yeah, I mean, as long as they can just keep rolling with the damage, keeping Kashikoma out of the play as much as possible, just finding the KOs like right now. Kashikoma not looking healthy. Lang as well taking the stinger damage and the big Finial coming out. Just Lang is basically out of it for a while as Moffin is just battling over there, just finding the KOs, the damage off of this Finny with 3 prize fighter stacks and monumentalist plus just the passive damage coming out from the rest of the team is too much for just peak performance to deal with, really. Now with core flips up here, this could just be another quick set point for Plink Plonk. The grand finale coming out here, trying to force it through the midfield. They got to get it past Kashikoma, though, who is keeping it up pace in the midfield here. Core flip has to come out from Moffin to send it back around. J-Dog does snipe the orb, so gonna get some size, get some damage, and Kashikoma taking a lot of it here. Firewall Sentry coming out. Core flip from Water Fury, blocked by just Logan, though. And it is, in fact, Plink Plonk bringing it now to match point, and Oshi no core flip looking a little bit doomed at the moment in the face of this damage.
Yeah, not even the Now and Atlas are enough to manage all the damage coming out from these 3 super high damage characters, and 1 point away from winning the game. Might be able to seal it out here. A KO on Lang would be huge for that, but with both barriers down, Oshi not out of it yet. Still ready to make something happen. Ball in Lang's possession. Core flip burned from J-Dog, and the ball is still in the goal box. A crazy hook almost puts it in straight. The triple take also getting dangerously close. 1 barrier down for Oshi, and a ton of damage on Kashikoma. Might take him out, but this is going to be both barriers down, and just looking to puts it in on the dash hook.
The classic Kazan move, dash hook, press the point to just sink it right in. Yeah, if Atlas doesn't have experience, there's literally nothing he can do about that. So that's a quick game 1 going over to Plink Plonk, looking really good on that damage comp right now. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Moffin was playing that Finny really, really well that whole time, and I'm curious what Oshi's response is going to be going into game 2, because that was Oshi's map. That was Oshi's map pick. And Plink Plonk picked Gates of Obscura for game 2. So I'm curious to see what ends up changing in just the team composition and how Oshi's going to have to respond to what they just went through.
Yeah, because that that was really difficult. I do think the difference between Clarion and Gates is just that Clarion is such a narrow map, and so avoiding the damage is so much harder. And like, let's be clear, you can run damage on just about any map you want, but with how open Gates of Obscura is, it's going to be a lot easier to get around it. Maneuver into places where you can't get KO'd as easily, things like that. And so I think Oshi is slightly more favored here, especially because if we see Water Fury on a pick like the Atlas, that just sounds so much stronger defensively than something like Finny or Kazan or a lot of Moff and Koi's picks. And so, having that kind of defensive rock in the box, holding the barriers is going to make the game a lot easier for Oshi to get through. Whereas on Clarion, the barriers are really wide and become much harder to defend, kind of no matter what, no matter what you are. So I'm interested to see how this goes down. I'll say it. I'm hoping for a game 3. That'd be exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, like you said, I mean, Clarion is I think for like the goalie pick, earlier I was mentioning that like if Rasmus is really good on Clarion, it's because Rasmus is good with like the verticals, right? He can cover, long vertical angles pretty well, which is also why he's like good on like Night Market, right? So characters like that are going to be more favored on Clarion, whereas like Atlas wants to kind of sit on like one thing and cover just like his area of influence, which is what Gates is kind of much better at offering. Because there's not going to be like an insane cross pass able to happen. You don't have to move as far from like where the barrier starts and where the barrier ends is much further, obviously, on Clarion than it is on Gates. So you don't have to walk as far to cover it. So yeah, a pick like Atlas is going to be much more viable than a pick like Finny. But yeah, I'm curious to see how it goes. Yeah, like you said, the damage isn't quite as prevalent. I think the way you get KOs on gates is not through stagger, but through knocking people just off the edge when they go into the corners to push. Kind of like how it works on like Oni Village, right? People walk up to the edge to push like that little corner, and they get too close to the wall, and that's where you find like either pendulum swing with like Rasmus or like a dash punch or something. Um, and that's more like the KO angle on that map. So, uh, not too much I think can be determined until we start to see the awakenings show up. But we do see some
Oh,
picks. We do actually see the awakenings. I just wasn't looking at the stream.
oh yeah.
Yeah, we got the Deadeye cast to last, and an Aimi Juno ban coming out, and we already got first pick Oshi taking the Estelle. Meanwhile, now and Rasmus going over the Plank Plonk here.
Yeah, the now Rasmus. Probably pretty nice. Probably Rasmus goalie, if I had to guess. Both
Yeah.
both of J Dog's picks, Juno and Amy being banned. So I don't think I've ever seen her on another character. Now coming out though, sounds like a pretty good pick. Oh, perhaps not a Rasmus goalie, as we've seen Finny get locked in. Uh,
Hmm.
Probably just going to be another Finny game. And honestly, Finny is more defensive than people give her credit for. Definitely not a pick like a Mako. We saw Oshi lock in, but definitely has the cooldowns to push off an offensive push from the enemy team if played well. And as we saw last game, Mafin Koei is playing it well, so I think this could go pretty well for Plink Plonk. But again, Mako, and then we see Asher on the side of Oshi, two characters that are really strong on this map, and Estelle to go with it. Estelle Asher is a forward duo that I really like because Asher just kind of sits up, and then once they both have all their CDs, they can throw them all out into the corner and pretty much guarantee something good happening.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. That's really gonna be kind of the key here, right? Is Kashikoma and Lang working together to just force it through the Finny, right? Once the secondary's down, you have like this big window where if Kashikoma isn't able to like get back and provide enough defense, like that Asher's just gonna walk up and stuff or sorry, not Kashikoma, J-Dog, and Lang is just gonna be able to stuff, and then Kashikoma, should the core get away from Lang, is just gonna be able to send it right back in. They're gonna be positioned, a little bit further back in that corner, just providing that long range support here. So I do really like this comp coming out from Oshi. I think on paper it makes more sense for this map, but I think Plink Plonk are on a lot of comfort here and just are playing well as a team in general today. So we'll just have to see how it ends up going for really both sides. But it is one barrier coming down for Oshi to start us off as they're looking to take one back, even it up.
Yeah, definitely. I think a big, very scary thing that we're looking at here is Moff and Koei picked up the Deadeye, and after capping out most damage last game, that could be a big difference maker. But of course, like we talked about earlier, it's a lot harder to get that damage out on this map as opposed to playing with much narrower. And we're not seeing a whole lot. Actually, we are seeing a whole lot of damage. Lang looking a little bit low. Has the core flip though. Gets bounced away. The evade running out. And now Plink Plonk is trying to mount this offensive. Trying to get it in. Moff and Koei also has a core flip. It's going to be really nice to defend. Both goalies do, actually. So this point might...
Oh, the grand
finale.
finale.
Right now.
What an angle there from Muffin in the overtime speed. Yeah, Water Fury just barely missed that primary. It was going a bit too fast. Regular time actually probably saves that, but it was a good shot there from Muffin to get it on in. I mean, we've already started seeing some nice portal plays coming out from both sides, and with like we were saying earlier with Finny, once the secondary down or once the primary is down, like there's not a lot she can do about like an open net kind of cross pass thing. This map is all about that really, because you have that extra angle with the portal and kind of Mako as well being really slow. But we do see the goalie getting taken down right now. For the side of Oshino Corflip, Plinkplunk have another power play going here, but it doesn't matter because the forwards in the net are just going to stand there, throw out some projectiles, and bring down both barriers anyway. And suddenly they've come up net positive off of that.
Yeah, the reverse power play going crazy. Kashikoma getting taken out, but still Oshi has this barrier. But a great hook from Just Logan 2 and a pendulum swing to boot is going to be putting it in. And despite Oshi's efforts, that's going to be Plinkplunk going up 2-0 right now.
Yeah, Plinkplunk still just continuing to look really nice here. So looking to take set 1 and hopefully get some nice awakenings on their characters, get some size on Rasmus, maybe creation something on J-Dog, but they're seeing one barrier go down right now, but Lang now looking for the counter offense here. However, taking so much damage, Moffin dropping the Finity buff, and just Logan pulling them just out of that pocket entirely. One barrier is going to be able to go down here, though. Moffin goes for the portal, but Kashikoma comes out of it and steals the barrier. Great play there from Kashikoma. But now they have to get this point. They have an open goal here. They're going to have some core flips coming up in just a second. But it's J-Dog now on the offense, pushing me into this corner. Core flips, both core flips actually burnt, but it doesn't matter because Water Fury does find the shot past Moffin. They spent 2 core flips for it though, but they are going to keep the set going on for a bit longer. It's going to be a little bit tough though, because now the energy advantage is in the favor of Plinkplunk, but another great shot like that, and Oshi could manage to bring this one back.
Yeah, definitely. Just the shot from downtown, really well placed by Water Fury. Yeah, definitely still proving that they're not out, as the core flip on the line here is going to be putting it in, and a little bit of an Asher special is going to be tying up this set really quickly. And, you know, it seems like Oshi is reclaimed their ground, kind of found their place in this game, figured out what they want to do, and are getting it done, and are 1 point away from just taking the set. Big KO coming out, 2 barriers down, but now Oshi just has to secure these barriers in the power play, and they will be looking good. Uh-oh.
Ooh, just Logan, though, finds the pendulum swing to even up, and now it is Plinkplunk's power play here. They have an open net portal pass there from Moffin, trying to get to J-Dog. Lang on the defense, though, winning Strike Wars and using that Asher primary to get it out of there. Kashikoma just barely able to get it away from just Logan in time. That would have been a shot otherwise. Now J-Dog on the bottom. The defense still must hold from the side of Oshino. Core Flip Grand Finale come through, sends it through the portal. Kashikoma once again with the positioning, gets down there and brings down the barrier here for Oshino. Core Flip comes out from just Logan. Water Fury sends it back to the portal. Kashikoma by themselves. Lang is too injured to assist, and J-Dog finds the KO. Another power play here from Plinkplunk up to J-Dog in the top side. Water Fury has a flip, but must hold that the passing plays are going to be coming out here. Just Logan up at the top. Core flip from Water Fury. Nice patience there to wait out the pendulum swing, but they still need some defense here. Moffin sends it down, but Kashikoma able to intercept. Death touch from just Logan. Water Fury wins the strike for though. Keeps it going. Portal pass. Core flip coming out from Kashikoma to the bottom corner. Pass, but it comes out from Lang with the defense from Plinkplunk. It is there. Moffin holding for his life in the bottom corner. Keeps it back to the midfield. Water Fury trying to send it back in. Just Logan so far interrupting. Kashikoma trying to get it through. Now J-Dog in the top side trying to work it up the field. Primary from Water Fury sends it through the portal. Moffin able to save it, but back in this bottom corner once again is really tough, but Plinkplunk is holding the portal shot. Keeps coming through from Water Fury. They're trying to find this angle, but Plinkplunk is holding it so consistently. Now core flip from J-Dog, dribbles it off the bumper, but doesn't find the goal. Just Logan gets intercepted there by Kashikoma, who sends it to the portal once again. Down to Lang. Moffin gets the sword angle, but Lang able to find the dash and sink it in. Oshi bringing it back on 0.5. A hard-fought one, and they will take set 1.
Yeah, wow. What an incredible comeback coming out from Oshi. And here they're rewarded with some great awakenings on the board. I'm seeing Hot Shot for Kashikoma going to be picked up. Monumentalist looking to be taken by Water Fury, which is interesting. That's not a good awakening on that character. But, oh, a big deny from J-Dog from the now. I've opened my eyes and I'm here to play. The rapid fire being picked up instead of Monu by Moth and Koei, hoping to get it straight to J-Dog. But the Water Fury putting on his #1 Plink Plonk fan hat and saying, this one's mine. Time for the big cage to come out. Just looking to picking up size, and Lang picking up peak performance, a little bit of stagger. It's gonna be really nice, especially into this Deadeye Finny to survive. And of course, size on Rasmus is always really good for things like that. It's bigger. Your moves are bigger. And hey, maybe another stagger awakening next draft, because one does not seem to be quite enough yet.
Yeah, J-Dog getting the bulk up is actually a bit scary, but they got an uber power play going right now. They had the 3v1 for a second, didn't quite have the core though. They are going to get one barrier here. Now Water Fury and Lang going to have to hold out for just a little while longer. Kashikoma coming back online, but having to deal with this defense. They do get just Logan's recovery drone though. Send him back to the goal box and get a little bit of breathing room here. It's now Water Fury down to Lang, but just Logan looking for the 1v3, the solo play. Death Touch coming out. Water Fury able to find the strike though and fend it off as we go back into overtime once again. Piercing shot not quite landing from Kashikoma, as now just Logan able to recover, gets the barrier. Core flip missed by J-Dog though, but through the portal. Core flip coming out from just Logan and gets past the core flip of Water Fury. Is going to see Plink Plonk first on the board once again.
Oh yeah, Plink Plonk sending it in, burning the core flip off Water Fury too, which is very big for them. I think said Moth and Koei burns the core flip right there, drops the barrier. the big ensnare drums actually kind of nice for helping keep the walls of the cage up and clearing it out of the corner. You know, especially with, oh, I thought Water Fury took cast last. I'm lying. I'm a liar for fun. Doesn't matter though. The barriers are down for Oshi. One core flip burned. Kashikoma has another. You know, they still have their barrier up, and things are looking really great for them.
Yeah, Kashikoma does burn it there in the midfield. So, but they do have this open goal, however. J-Dog and Just Logan controlling these portals pretty well. Whoa, Death Touch coming out from Just Logan, but it's intercepted by Lang. He's able to find the shot for Oshi to tie it up once again. And yeah, just going back to this draft for a second. I think Plink Plonk navigated it like really well. Because like by taking rapid on Moffin, like not only do you get rapid fire, but you guaranteed size on Just Logan, and you made Water Fury pick up a bad awakening, right? So like, it looks really, even though they got hot shots on Kashikoma for getting MVP, like it feels like Plink Plonk still kind of managed to win that just by like taking what they did when they did, which is really nice. And I mean, this game's looking a lot closer than the previous one in general though, but now with an open goal for the side of Oshi and a core flip burnt on Water Fury, there's 2 core flips up for the side of Plink Plonk. They burned 1 here, but it's looking like they might have an opportunity to score. Water Fury, though, will snipe it away. And J-Dog having to burn the core flip, but starts the power play regardless now.
Yeah, Water Fury having that Mako passive up, charging up some abilities from downtown, but now has to defend against the Plink Plonk offensive. Uses the Mako cage, bringing it out. Kashikoma almost puts it in off a crazy piercing shot, but here Koei is just holding a stray Crystal Thorn, so it's going to be putting it in, and that's going to be Oshi going up 2 points to set, bringing us to set point. And I think something that we're seeing happen a lot is that Plink Plonk will play really well and get the barriers off this Mako, but then you know, Oshi has Asher into Finny, and one wrong move means both their barriers go down, and things get evened up really quickly. So I think here Plink Plonk just has a much more difficult comp to pilot because of this Finny, and it's rearing its head in a lot of situations here. That being said, just Logan 2 picking up a big KO and having a core flip. Gonna use it right here, but almost defended away by Water Fury. Fortunately, the Soren angle is not quite there, and it'll be bouncing down into the net.
Yeah, I think if Water Fury did that and like immediately core flipped, there might have been a save there, but that was a really, really tough situation to get out of. But yeah, now Plunk have brought it to set point once again, all tied up, and it's just been back and forth. These teams, one team scores, the other team scores this entire match. Of course, there's so much more on the line for Oshi, because if they lose this, obviously they're done since they lost game 1. But this could very easily be a game 3 angle should they manage to, play it right and, get the right awakenings. And this next draft could be really critical depending on who wins this set here. But we now see the power play come out from Oshino core flip. However, an unfortunate angle on that clear there is going to mean that they have an open goal now. Gonna have to hold on for a bit. Kashikoma blinking in, able to find the second barrier off of Plink Plonk. The J-Dog is back online now, and just Logan working his way up the field, trying to keep it in this corner. Water Fury looking to clear. J-Dog pass up. Just Logan finds the death touch, finds the pendulum swing onto Water Fury. And now Plink Plonk will take a set of their own, tying it all up 1-1 now. Just Logan, the MVP, going into this draft.
Yeah, and what a draft it is. A ton of crazy awakenings on the board. I wouldn't be surprised to see something like 1-2 punch be picked up by Just Logan. Not what I was going to say, not at all. But I think a big thing here is if this Reptile Remedy can fall down to Lang. We're seeing it get pretty close. It hovered, and there it goes. The Rampage deny coming out from Moff and Koei instead. Heavy Impact being picked up by J-Dog. Gonna be a ton more cooldowns on these mines and other things. And Orb Ponderer picked up by Water Fury. Could be really big for the defense. Especially getting so much CDR on this Mako secondary, which is so useful to defend. Also, hey, prime time on Kashikoma.
Yeah.
One of Cell's better awakenings. That's just more primaries.
Yeah, Oshi, core flip kind of made off like bandits on that draft. I think the 1-2 punch pick on Just Logan, like we're seeing it come in there to find these KOs, but it might be a little bit questionable because I think you just take Rampage as Rasmus because it's a double barrier map, right? And these sets are going kind of long. So like, I would say you just take Rampage. Kashikoma takes the prime time. But then, like, J-Dog can either take the heavy impacts or deny Ponderer, which either are good. But then, either way, Moffin can just take, like, Reptile, and then there's not much left for Lang other than the 1-2 punch, which isn't doing, like, a whole lot. So, I think Oshi played that really well, and is a really interesting pick from Just Logan. I think it's a little bit risky. If it pays off in the KO game, it will certainly pay off. But, like you said, it's giving a lot of really good stuff to Oshi that solves a lot of the problems that they were having in those previous sets.
Oh my god, what an insane pass coming out from Lang. And core flip on the line, and just like 800 abilities be upon you, stopping any sort of opportunity for the goal. But a classy little pass straight to Kashikoma. Will be putting it in.
Whoa.
That all being said, good point, team. It's over, and it's tied up, and matching good plays with good plays.
It's gotta be even. The script says it must be close, and so Just Logan will keep it close, sliding around a little bit, but still able to get a double barrier and 1v3 the point regardless. So looking forward again though, up in this top corner, pendulum swing comes out. Nice clear though from Kashikoma. Is going to see it get through the portal. Now the offense restarting here for Oshino. Core flip. Lang able to bring down that second barrier. Water Fury sends it back through the portal here, back over to Lang in the top side. The walls coming out, put Just Logan in a bit of prison, who is not looking very healthy at the moment, but managed to heal up a little bit. Now pushing this top corner here. Water Fury on the defense, but the grand finale from Moffin is actually going to send it back in and bring down the barrier here. Now Water Fury on the bottom side versus J-Dog. Looking for this point. Core flip has to come out to send it out of there. Now portal pass. Lang can't quite find it. Death touch from Just Logan. Blocked away by Kashikoma though. Brings it into the bottom. Pass splitter comes out, but just can't quite find the core Now here's the ensnare drums in the midfield. Kashikoma through the portal to Lang. Grand finale, but Muffin able to block it away. Get it back over to just Logan, but Water Fury, a nice win there. However, J-Dog able to send it back in, and there goes the barrier. And now J-Dog with a flip up, but gets it to just Logan instead. Fires it straight into the top side, past the primary. Is Plink Plonk will bring it to another set point and keep some core flips up going in to try and take this. Actually, core flips up for basically everyone here going into this one. So still anyone could take this next point.
Right, anything could happen here. We could see our third 0.5 of the game. They're going close. A ton of damage coming out in the corner here. But that's one core flip burned and responded in kind immediately by Kashikoma and then J-Dog. Lang having a core flip gets knocked out and unfortunately does not get to use it. And Plink Plonk are able to defend against the onslaught. But now with Lang back. And Kashikoma looking a little low. Almost gets knocked out by the death touch.
Yeah,
it's looking like it's just Lang here on the offense as Kashikoma gets taken down. But Water Fury has a core flip, and just Logan burning his means he's free to use it right there and get it out.
Yeah, a few more seconds though till Kashikoma comes back. There we go, even it up once again. Oshi still in the lead, managed to hold out that power play. They kept both barriers up, which is nice. They're actually going to lose one right there, though, to J-Dog. And just Logan with the death touch going to find a second one. Is now Muffin sending it through the portal here. Bottom side. Water Fury able to send it back through, though. Get it down to Lang on this bottom corner. The pass clears out, but Muffin finds some nice clears around it. Keep it out of there. Trying to get back over to just Logan. Has a whiplash. J-Dog teleporting in, finds a core flip, but it's going to get blocked away. As now Water Fury. Nice save. But back to just Logan on the top side. The pendulum swing comes out. It's enough. Finds the hit stun as Plink Plonk now up a set. That was the close. That was the fastest set we've had this entire game, and it was 3-1. But now looking at the board, Orb Dancer, Stacks on Stacks, Catalyst notably are all here in addition to a bunch of other really nice things. So this is going to be pretty important. Muffin will go for the Orb Dancer. Catalyst pickup by Water Fury is pretty huge. Mako already kind of generates a fair bit of energy. So that's just going to be even more. Stacks and Stacks on just Logan. It's really nice for the speed. Obviously, team player here pick up from Kashikoma is going to mean even more core speed on the Estelle. Meanwhile, J-Dog getting the second Stagger Awakening, the reverberation for more cooldowns. And Lang just opting for the Siege Machine because there's not much left on the board. But really nice draft here from both teams as it just remains to be a neck-and-neck game.
Yeah, definitely. Just game is so close. I think interesting thing is that last set, Muffin Koei had 2 stacks of Rampage, or 4 stacks. Now has 2 stacks as both barriers are down for Oshi. And the goal will be going in. Right there, just Logan 2 putting it in. And I don't know, J-Dog has 2 Stagger Awakenings, picking up Reverb and Bulk Up, which is kind of scary. Now, you know, able to put out plenty of damage with just, like, sheer number of hits. I don't think Bulk Up helps that all too much, but it's still just, like, really nice, especially for this damage, the damage that they want to put out with the Finny. But, I don't know, I think Catalyst... I think Catalyst on Water Fury is the biggest pick this draft.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just so many core flips coming out. It's going to be incredible for their defense.
Yeah, I mean, with how, like, most of the core flips Water Fury's been using as well have been pretty nice to clear stuff out. Whoa, what a play from just Logan with the Death Touch to find the barrier. And now moving at Mach 10 with J-Dog's speed boost. He's going to be able to sink it right in. Stacks on Stacks are almost at max now and being at 92, but yeah, this Rasmus is looking a little bit scary at the moment. As we've seen, we get those power plays like that. I mean, even with the Catalyst, if Water Fury doesn't have an orb to pick up and doesn't have a core flip like immediately online, we're going to see some pretty big rushdown offense. Just Logan spreading a few abilities there, just kind of giving Water Fury some energy just for fun, just to be nice, right? But already getting this core flip up right now on the goalie once again. And with an open goal on the side of Plink Plonk, they're on match point. They can take it all here, but Oshi, they need to take this point. They cannot afford to just throw this series away to one more point. They have the opportunity. Kashikoma in the bottom. It's going to get sent back through the portal, though. Water Fury sending it through. Looking for it. Just Logan goes for the KO, but Kashikoma manages to make it through the portal just in time. However, the Finny card from Moffin is going to find the KO. Another power play for Plink Plonk. They have some core flips up. J-Dog in the top side. Gets one barrier. Core flip comes out from Water Fury to try and buy a bit more time here. Now Moffin in the top side. Kashikoma is back online. J-Dog getting it down to just Logan, teleporting down there as well. Going to win the strike war and get the barrier now. Core flip from J-Dog sets up the mine. Just Logan in position to win the strike war against Water Fury. And that is it. Plink Plonk able to take game 2 and the series.
Yeah, what a crazy end to a crazy series. Both teams going pretty even back and forth, but in the end, Plink Plonk is able to just get the edge over them, and Moff and Koei had most redirects in the game and 53,000 damage. Hey,
insane.
Yeah, no breaking free of the Rasmus Kazan 2-trick allegations. The Finny is on deck, and it's looking good. It's looking really good. It's doing all the things it needs to. And wow, just really well played by Plink Plonk. Kind of every time they were ahead, it felt like they really had Oshi on the ropes, and that they couldn't do much about it. And even when they were behind, it didn't feel totally out of their favor, so Plink Plonk and making playoffs last NASA season, definitely putting up the numbers and showing that they're still here to play. Still a good team, still aiming for the top. So really well done by them.
Yeah, absolutely. It looked really nice in that one. And yeah, I agree. The Finny goalie on Moffin is looking pristine. I am excited to see where this goes in future series and future matches from them. But we are going to be going to a bit of a quick break here where we get our next match ready. I believe it's the LLC versus Pass. So definitely going to be another heater of a match. So stick around for that. But yeah, we'll be thrown into a quick break and we'll be back with that in a bit.
What's going on, Strikers? Welcome back to the North American Striker Academy. We're here today with, I think, one of the most exciting matches we could see week one: LLC versus Pass. Both these teams are really strong, ranked really highly, I think, in I think by a lot of people in all of NASA, and are going against each other week one, and going on uh, the big three for their map picks. So super
Yep.
interesting to see, and I'm looking forward to this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Starting off with LLC's pick of Oni Village, looking to be it's kind of an interesting map one pick. I think that weirdly enough, that's usually like a map two or three pick. I feel like Night Market's almost like commonly the map one, but they're switching it up a tiny bit for the big three maps. But peak performance, Siege Machine start here as well. So a lot of potential things on the table. Creations and projectile characters could have a nice time here, which projectile like midfielders are really good on this map, like Estelle and Kai. So we could be seeing a bit of that, but here we see Tragic on the Kai. We are going to see the Mako pick up there from Mangoes Are Yummy as well. So already starting off pretty standard here with Erasmus as well. And Dubu, Estelle, Juliet, the classic Frostfire team over on the side of the LLC is what we're going to be getting here, which is pretty cool. Everyone went for peak except for Luke, who opted for the Siege Machine to go along with the strike shot on the Dubu. And yeah, nothing too surprising here. Pretty standard team comps, I would say, for this map.
Yeah, definitely. I have to say I really like the Kai Rasmus on this map. I think Kai is one of the best midfielders on this map. He just has so much control and speed, especially with that increased base speed. And then Rasmus just is able to help out in the midfield too. Really nice. Rounds it out with Mako. This team comp is going crazy, giving extra speed and size to both forwards. It'd be really big to see. But hey, obviously Estelle and Julie also really strong. If Estelle is able to get Julie the ball, they're just able to get barriers whenever they want. And Wallaby almost able to get that barrier right there with a great dribble. However, both barriers are down for LLC right now. The Pass has an opportunity to make something happen.
Yeah, they got the soup coming out there from the LLC, but Pass we're able to hold it down, and this is what Mako does, right? She just kind of sits on one barrier and exerts her area of influence, and is able to like keep it on lock for a pretty long time there. Pass gonna find the first point though, as the LLC. A little bit of a rollout moment there from Luke. Overjudged the angle a bit on the Dubu roll. It can be hard to do when the core moves this fast on this map. But yeah, I mean, looked like a pretty even, pretty standard Oni Village round so far. A lot of back and forth, but now energy is going to be coming online for both sides. Whoa, greatest meme immediately burning the core flip though to find a KO onto Wallaby. So going to have an immediate power play here from Pass, and a nice shot from Greatest Meme to get it around the Tofu Fortress to earn the rental auxiliary barrier here, and putting us in this now bottom barrier setup. There's going to be a lot of throwing the core up into this no man's land for a while, but if a team does manage to play this power lane for long enough, Luke has, of course, a lot of stuffing ability with that Tofu Fortress, and of course the missile prop strike shot to really, really apply pressure on that barrier if they're able to. However, it is Pass who are able to bring down the barrier first.
Yeah, barrier down for Pass. Great core flip coming out, getting the ball to Greatest Meme, who's just dribbling it right in front of the net. Luke and Hungry Boy both firmly in the net, holding defense, but a good strike pendulum swing will catch the clear, and Greatest Meme puts it in, bringing LLC up 2-0 this set. Kind of running away with it right now.
Yeah, Pass coming out to a nice start. This was the LLC's map pick, by the way. So, it's what you'd like to see. If you can win on the opponent's map pick, like we saw Plink Plonk do last series, it puts you off to a really great start. It gets you in a nice mental state, and you'll get a nice debuff here. And some nice plays coming out here once again from the Greatest Meme. Good positioning on that top side to receive that bounce off the bottom bumper and sink it right in. So pass, pinging pass. We'll be taking set 1, 3-0 here, and some nice things on the board as well. Stacks, Catalyst, and Orb Ponderer all showing up. Hot shots as well. It will be a Stacks pickup for the Rasmus, which is really nice for that extra mobility. Is absolutely huge. Most likely Catalyst going to be going over to the Kai, probably extra special on Luke, but actually waiting it out. It will be a Catalyst pickup though. Aerials on the Estelle, waited it out so that they could guarantee aerials on the Estelle here, and then picked up the extra special. But yeah, or Ponder on the Mako, and just some more stagger on Wallaby. Pretty stock standard stuff so far. Just keeping it nice and textbook match of Omega Strikers for us today.
Yeah, I definitely think this Stacks pick is, top one. Whoever gets Stacks wins the draft immediately kind of pick on this map. Being able to outspeed anyone on the enemy team, like even though I would have rather have seen Stacks on Tragic if it had to go to anyone on Pass, like especially the Kai character, it going on Erasmus is still just insane. And hey, look at that, is able to put in the ball right there. Just once those stacks really get going, especially in a peak start, this Rasmus will be going so fast. It is insane. And obviously Catalyst also really good, especially on Kai. Just the energy farm. He's using the core flip right there, able to defend and get a barrier off of it. I don't know. I think Pass just won the draft so outstandingly hard that they are winning 2 points in a row now and bringing us to set point.
Yeah, I agree. I think just the fact that Catalyst and Stacks show up at the same time makes it really, really rough there for the LLC, because extra specials on the board, and like Dubu, realistically you want to get Stacks on Dubu, but obviously the greatest meme takes that first, and Catalyst doesn't feel like as good of a pickup, and you're also losing extra special and giving it over to Pass. So it was a really unfortunate situation there for the LLC, but I mean, that's Pass's reward for winning the set, right? That's what they get for winning that first one. So I mean, if the LLC want to bring this one back, they're going to have to play that much better, I think. And they have an open goal now for the first time so far this game, so they may have an option to do something. They have 3 core flips up here as well. Death touch from the greatest meme. He's going to shut down that play, but Luke with the core flip sends it up to the top. Wallaby Gangsta whiffing it off of a nice save there from Mangoes. And now Luke with the core flip into the log with the barrier. It's going to go down regardless. And Hungry Boy also whiffing the core flip. An absolute tragedy right now from the LLC. And core flip from Tragic just sinks it in. An unfortunate series of events. Pass take yet another set. 3-0.
Yeah, they are absolutely blitzing this game. Oni Village, known for having really long points where both teams are just, struggling back and forth to try and get any ground. But here, it's just immediate rapid-fire points, and that's Rampage going to greatest meme. All 3 sides Awakenings here, but Rampage, probably the best pick for just the scaling potential. Can get a way larger than Recovery Drone, and the power from Might of Colossus isn't extremely useful right out the gate. Rapid fire falling to Tragic is crazy. We're going to be seeing a ton more barrages come out. Prime time on Hungry Boy. Obviously really nice for the Estelle. Just have a couple more beams. Can have 2 beams at once, which could be a big difference maker. And then size going to Wallaby Gangsta. It's going to be really nice. But team player! Guys, team player! Team player on Luke. It's going to be really big, but they're really just having trouble holding these barriers and getting it out. So, I don't know. The core speed win condition is here. It's real. But they still have to work for it.
Yeah, and that's the problem, right? It's like they have the core speed, but like Pass kind of just has the character speed between the Mako, the Kai, and the Stacks plus Peak on Meme. Like they're able to reposition quite effectively. And looking at LLC's build, I think in a vacuum they all have really good builds, but then you look over on the other side of the screen and see what Pass has built, and it's almost like the new age versus the old a little bit, right? There's a very kind of safe, like standard play style going on from the LLC right now. They have kind of the classic characters and a kind of the fair bit of the classic awakenings that do what you want on those characters. But meanwhile, you have Pass, who have a little bit slightly more, I guess, versatile comp, and they have, awakenings that are not as, I guess, vanilla, just between the orbs and the stacks and, the rampage and all that. And they're just, the floor that they can achieve is much higher than what the LLC is. And the way Pass is piloting it right now, they're getting up to that level. They're performing the best version of their comp that they can, and the LLC is as well, but it's just Pass is capable of achieving more because of the tools that they have.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the speed coming from the stacks and the Mako is just like invaluable. So useful to have. That being said, open net for Pass. LOC has an opportunity here. Greatest Meme has a core flip and try to make something happen with it. So does Tragic, but then Tragic always has a core flip with this Catalyst. And really, that's going to be the core flip used to get the second barrier. Barrier's open for both sides, and game could end right here, right now, if Pass is able to get it through. And they do. Off an awkward Dubu wall.
Yeah, it was a nice reaction from the Greatest Meme. The wall hit it, and they just hit it straight up into the wall to dribble it and then send it back down to keep it going there for Pass. So yeah, that is Pass taking game one pretty decisively. I think that was a 9-0 as well. Yeah, it was. No goals scored from the side of the LLC. They just never had the opportunity for Wallaby to really, even get the core with Tragic just running around so fast, earning energy, and just swooping in and shutting down every play that they tried to make. And of course, Mango's on the Mako is just kind of able to turtle up and hold just about anything there. So yeah, very well played there from the side of Pass, and that's what you want to see. Like I said, that was the LLC's map pick. So, moving over to game two, which is going to be on Night Market, Pass are on, you think more familiar ground. I mean, it is Night Market. It's the map that everybody plays, but it's a map that they specifically wanted for game two here. So, curious to see what happens. They could probably just run the exact same comp, and it would be fantastic. But we'll just have to see, Awakenings and all that, what shows up. But yeah, Pass looking really good going into game two. And should it go their way, it could just be a total shutout of a series. They could do another 9-0 sweep potentially, but the LLC could also adapt and, bring it back in game two. We'll just have to see.
Yeah, I don't think across any league I've ever seen an 18-0, and LLC I think is a team not to be underestimated, especially on a map like Night Market. I think on Oni there they really just got outpaced in in the midfield due to the Juliet pick just not having as much control or really utility there. It's having God's fastest Rasmus and Kai is just it's so hard for just Cell to try and get through. And Juliet can obviously fish for dash punch kills and other things to make it easier, but it's still difficult to get that ground consistently and make things happen. So Night Market doesn't have that issue. It's a much narrower map. Speed and control will always be useful, but not as much as on Oni, where it's the focal point. So I think LLC has a great shot coming up here, and we could see some big plays coming out from them.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Juliet is, of course, much better on Night Market as well, should they choose to go um, that route once again. It's kind of one of the staples of the map, along with Era X and Mako, who have kind of overshadowed it a bit. But yeah, that being said, I wonder if we are going to see the Mako again from Mangoes, or if LLC choose to just ban that out. Um, I I'm not sure who was first pick last time. Who's first pick this game? Who's blue side? I don't know.
That's a great
We'll
question.
see in a moment, I guess. But I was thinking like they could give Luke the Mako. I don't know if they have one or not, but they could opt to do that. Okay, it is LLC who are blue side here, and they are banning X first, so that is going to be off the table. Extra special peak performance start once again, double peak I guess in a row, and pass banning the now. So I'm curious to see what Oh wow, an IME pick coming out first here from the LLC, probably in the midfield, I assume.
Maybe I think it could go either to Hungry Boy or Luke, both being big proponents of the Amy pick. I know Luke's Amy especially is just always incredibly dangerous on the offense coming out there, and we see they're rounding their team off with Vice and Kazan. So really, who's to say which one of these characters is midfield and in the box? But Kazan going to Wallaby Gangster here, and Pass showing up with a humble Atlas Era and Zentaro. So that's going to be very interesting. I think the Era is really strong in this map. Doesn't have great synergy with Zentaro because a character doesn't really care about size, but the power from Era Beam is going to be super useful. And Era into Kazan is not a matchup that they predicted or picked Era for, but I think Era does really well into Kazan because it's classic. I'm going to shrink you, and now all of your abilities suck, and it's really hard to deal with for Kazan, who kind of needs his abilities and his size to get anything done.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of damage as well coming out from pass. They just have like pretty much all damage, and I mean, being a stagger start, it's gonna be a little bit harder, I think, to find those KOs. But should they be the ones to, take the reptile remedy and bulk up when they show up, it could, kind of fall in their favor. Stinger as well, of course, being very useful in that type of situation. We'll have to see how that plays out, though. It is in fact Luke on the IME goalie here, so a lot of offensive potential coming out, and damage, as I mentioned, coming out from the LLC. Meanwhile, yeah, it's Pass just kind of running the standard. And it's something really interesting here. Siphoning Wand on Hungry Boy and Wallaby Gangsta, um, you know, Slick Kicks is kind of the thing that we've been seeing so much now. But yeah, they just opted for full damage here. So kind of putting it all on the line in this game. They're either going to find the KOs and turn this into a bit of a bloodbath for Pass, or they may just end up losing to control. But it's a bit of a risky strategy, I think. But if it pays off, it could pay off huge here in this game. So we'll just have to see how it goes. Wallaby Gangsta just now hitting level 2, coming online, and they have an open goal to maybe try and take the first point.
Yeah, Hungry Boy warping in, trying to get something going on. And here we see Somno also taking the Siphoning Wand, also going for damage. Able to get that barrier there. Now all barriers are down. Both midfielders just kind of trying to get something done. But Somno almost puts it in. A great core flip from Luke is going to stop that, though. And now a ton of damage coming onto Somno. Gets taken out by Wallaby Gangsta. And now power play for LLC. They have the offense going on, trying to get it pushed up, and able to, off the overtime core speed, a little bit of a strike primary coming out from Hungry Boy. Looking really good, and that means LLC is getting the first point here.
Yeah, it also means they are not getting shut out, as they have managed to score on Pass. It was a really great kill there onto Somno, and because of that, well, not because of that Siphoning Wand pick, but notably, Somno took extra special instead of peak performance. So they're going to kind of end up being the target for a lot of the damage, since they don't have that extra stagger to deal with. And, without a Zentaro, just Era and Atlas don't really have anything to score with. So when the power plays do come out from the LLC, they're going to end up being really big. And right now we see both barriers down. Wallaby did burn the core flip, going for the shot, didn't quite go in. but they still have an opportunity here. As now Wallaby and Hungry Boy on this bottom side with the pop-up. It's going to be enough. Nice positioning from Hungry Boy to cut that off as well. And we see Somno's health bar on the top bar and the top side as well, just absolutely getting depleted. So that's really where that's going to be happening. But yeah, LLC bring it to set point. It's looking already like a reverse of the last match.
Yeah, complete opposite. LLC is just dominating this game. They have their game plan, is very clear, and they're executing it to perfection. That being said, Hungry Boy now looking a little low, getting bounced around, and a great core flip coming out from Tragic at the 15-second point. No, hey, just talking about how things were looking great for LLC, and turning around really quickly. Pass might have figured out what they need to do, got their footing, and are going to try and take this set, the whole thing.
Yeah, we'll see. Somno is taking a lot of damage and had to burn some energy as well as the Zenalt to avoid the Supernova there. Has to run over. Does manage to get the orb, so will be alive, but is not looking super healthy as the forwards from the LLC are just putting pressure on Pass, who are managing to hold so far, but Somno almost getting taken out there by Wallaby. The top spin, that'll be enough. And now the power play. Yeah, once again, exactly like we were pointing out a moment ago, Somno is going to be the target. Because there's no Stagger Awakening on the Zentaro, so they're just going to have much more free reign to get kind of free power plays whenever they can get the damage rolling, like we just saw there. Pass do manage to bring down one barrier and tie it up, keeping this core now in the top side where everyone is kind of fighting a bit over the midfield to get some control and get some type of offense going. Well, we try to, about to go into overtime though, where this Kazan is going to have a bit of an advantage just for how hard he hits the core, but already Somno out of energy, and it could be looking like a kill Somno angle from the side of the LLC if they get the opportunity. To health bars already being depleted. Fireball Sentry out. The offense still going, but Somno looking low. Wallaby almost finds the KO, but Somno barely able to survive here as the barriers remain standing for both teams. Wallaby with a core flip though. Mangos does manage to get it out of there in time. Supernova coming out. Now Tragic is also looking kind of hurt. Core flip coming out from Tragic. Nice bounce, but LLC managed to hold off that one.
Yeah, Pass dropping their barrier there, but LLC also going down. Both nets open, and we're seeing a lot of scary situations come out. Luke rushing in, dashing to the speed lane and using it. Not able to get anything, but a Supernova to confirm a Hungry Boy strike will be taking it 3-1 for LLC, and Luke getting MVP has the opportunity to get some good awakenings, and there are plenty on the board. Heavy Impact probably going to opt for the 1-2 punch to keep Heavy Impact up for Hungry Boy and deny the Zentaro down the line, but we'll have to see, or chooses not to take anything. And the crazy Heavy Impact deny coming out from Mangoes Are Yummy means that is not going to Hungry Boy at all. 1-2 punch going to Kazan, which actually sounds way better than the thing I was saying. One of Kazan's best awakenings. Missile prop on Hungry Boy, which is really, really good damage. And Monumentalist, which is also more damage. LLC is completely spec'd into damage. The stocks are going up. And the damage is through the roof right now. Meanwhile, Somno able to pick up a dash awakening. Really nice on Zentaro. And Tragic gets Castellast, but it's going to be hard to get through all these all that damage. It's right there. There it is, the missile prop. It's so threatening.
Yeah, Somno taking a lot of damage here as well. Still managing to stay alive, but yeah, LLC played that draft very well. Luke literally just not taking anything was a very smart move, because Mangoes, instead of going for the Monu, just picked up the Heavy Impacts as a deny, but it didn't matter because Missile Prop and 1-2 were still there anyway, so now you have like nothing on your Atlas. You still got Monu on your Aimi with extra special, so that's just even more damage off the turret. And no real, like, you have a Dash Awakening in Castellast, right? But you don't really have any, like, Stagger Awakenings or any kind of survivability over on Pass. So now the LLC has just kind of exponentially gotten even better as they've gotten stronger. Their opponents didn't get any stronger, and they were already looking really good. And as we saw there, and right there, Somno just losing half their health bar to like one ability and almost getting taken out there, the LLC have a very clear win condition here, which is just kill Tragic and Somno and then force a power play.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially like you said earlier, Somno not taking peak performance on start is going to mean that this health bar is a little low, almost 1200 as compared to everyone else boasting numbers closer to 1800. And yeah, there goes Somno. Wallaby Gang still looking a little low though. Could be an opportunity, but without Somno, there's just not enough damage coming out from Era or Atlas to really take him down. Somno back, dropping the kit, trying to take this guy out, but doesn't get it. That being said, Tragic just 1v2ing in the enemy goal box, able to take a point and tie up the set for pass. Crazy play, and kind of what Tragic has become known for is just these insane like strike sequences where they just outplay their opponents like that.
Yeah, really great there from Tragic, while Wallaby and Somno were just duking it out on the top side there. But LLC have some core flips up now to work with, and Tragic's health bar is not looking particularly great at the moment now. Core flip from Hungry Boy is going to get blocked by the expanse, but Luke with the cyber swipe finds the KO. Somno caught walking on the wall is going to get taken out as another power play here from the LLC. Luke does have to burn the core flip to keep the barrier up here. Supernova coming out, though, is going to bring down the barrier. Now an open goal to 2 barriers here for the LLC is Hungry Boy trying to get it up. Wallaby Gangsta finding the KO. Tragic also looking really low here. Somno's just not gotten to play this game at all, and a shot from Hungry Boy gets it through all of Mangoes Are Yummy's cooldowns, finds the magic pixel there. And it is the LLC on set point once again. And oh my gosh, look at these levels. Somno is only level 4. Everyone else is like level 7. That's crazy.
Yeah, what not playing the game does to a guy. Just has no opportunities. Permanently half health or below. Having so much trouble. And I really think, like, with this team comp, Pass does not have an opportunity to try and out-damage or out-KO LLC here. And really just has to play 100% for survival. Both in the game, in draft. Doesn't really have any opportunities to match the damage and just needs to out-core control his team. But it's so difficult, especially because Vice and Amy together kind of make up for each other's weaknesses, having good options for core control. And the Kazan, of course, being such a threat. Somno, though, trying to get something going on the offense. Pass has the opportunity in the open net here. And almost gets a crazy dash. Not quite, though, and the barrier saved by Mangoes Are Yummy. But goes down there, and Tragic is down. Corfield has to put it in now, or things are going to get really, really dangerous. As the missile prop, the power cord from downtown deletes Mangoes Are Yummy, and LLC takes another set, 3-1.
Crazy shot there from Hungry Boy to send it in. And what a save by Luke as well. To stop that shot from Somno. And Catalyst pickup here from Hungry Boy is a great reward, as that may just be the nail in the coffin. Ad Rush is also on the board. Should someone opt to take it, but it will be Explosive Entrance, a pickup that both did not, well, I guess it doesn't deny Somno because they already got a Dash Awakening, but it's going to be really good on that IME for just running across the field and also hitting even harder. Tragic does manage to pick up a second Stagger Awakening, so a little bit safer. Mangoes gets the hot shot for some more cooldown, but yeah, it's just even more damage from the side of the LLC. Ad Rush did fall to Wallaby there, so that's going to be a little bit scary. And Somno just unfortunately left with the Rampage, and as we all know, the stacks do reset on death, which has unfortunately been Somno's silver bullet this game.
Yeah, the Explosive Entrance on Luke, I think, is a game-changing pick. So much more damage coming out, and the ability to just blink to pretty much anywhere on the map is going to be so threatening. They just have so many tools now, and Somno really going through it, just taking all these abilities, having to evade with everything he has just to get it through. so difficult to play the game, and with Wallaby Gangsta having the best kill confirm on their team with the hook, the crooked leverage, that adrenaline rush is going to be a huge threat. All that being said, though, Tragic might be incredibly low on stagger, but the net is open. Somno trying to go for it with Yoni's blade, trying to get anything done, but still, LLC not able to get this barrier just yet. Just kidding. Caster's Curse. Somno going in for it. Tragic has the ball. Not able to get it through. Hungry Boy, though, pulling it down, but gets this. Hey, just as I say it, slips it by right past the turret as well, and that's going to be .1 for Pass here.
Pass able to put themselves on the board here. Somno managed to stay alive that round and get a couple Rampage stacks, so it's not like huge on Zentaro, but you know, it's better than nothing, right? However, we are seeing core flips come up for the side of, well, actually really for both sides, but Tragic with the core flip here first is going to be the one to bring down the barrier. Hungry Boy in return, but Wallaby Gangsta actually walking up with the press the point is going to be able to strike for Atlas and find the barrier regardless. But Maelstrom coming out from Tragic is going to see Wallaby taken off the field for that, paying for his sins. As now is a power play for the side of Pass, one of the rare opportunities that they'll get to have this. Got to make it count. Luke with the Cyber Strikes comes in, does force Mango's his core flip out. The barrier will remain standing, gets it back over to Somno, and that's the barrier going down for the side of the LLCs. Deno coming out from Somno, but doesn't quite find it. Tragic trying to pass it back in, and Somno with the strike war against Hungry Boy. It'll be enough. It's Pass now suddenly on set point here. 2-0. Have a chance to win a set. Bring it back. Maybe find Reptile Remedy or something for Somno. And maybe find the reverse sweep.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say, Rampage stacks on board for Somno here. Has not been KO'd in a while, but unfortunately gets knocked out. Still has one stack from Beyond the Grave, able to pick one up. But that is both barriers down for Pass here, and it's going to be really difficult for Pass to kind of get it out here. All the Gangsta doing what he can to try and get it through. Tragic, though, almost able to get it, but the glitch pop coming in from Luke, who jumped in, is going to be taking that point, and LOC is 2 points away from winning it all. Pass needs to get their bearings and get it done right now, or else the game is going to end before they have any chance to come back. Super scary situation for them, but with how they've been playing the set, it's definitely very possible.
Yeah, anything is always possible, but Somno not looking too healthy at the moment, and Luke has a core flip up. The LLC could manage to find something here. Hungry Boy is going to be in a nice position to get that barrier. And now Glitch Pop coming out. Somno still looking pretty low, but Hungry Boy versus Tragic in the midfield. Tragic bringing it up the top side. Luke cyber swiping up, though. Supernova comes out. Somno still manages to survive, though. Core flip from Luke. Keeps it in the corner. Mango's trying to hold now. Core flip from Hungry Boy. Sends it down. Wallaby is also there with some hit stuns. And a nice shot from Hungry Boy right into the bottom corner. Is going to see the LLC tie it up on set point, but match point for them. They just need one more here, and they can force it to game 3 and a chance to take back the series. But Pass, of course, has every opportunity to drag this out to a set 5 and perhaps end it. We'll just have to see, as it is one barrier to start us off.
Tragic and Somno looking a little low, but so is Wallaby, and getting a little bit of damage on that guy will be huge for Pass. Getting a power play will make it so much easier to deal with. Very little offense coming out. Just have to deal with the damage from Vice and Amy. Oh, but there, Tornado Alley coming through. Wallaby did not hear the sirens, and that's going to be the power play they're looking for. Tragic struggling to get it past Hungry Boy. Finally gets it, and that's the barrier down. Somno picking it up, taking it, and now they have an open net. Have to get it through. Somno with the ball. Defended by Luke with a crazy dash. And now they're back in more of a neutral state. Core flip coming out from Hungry Boy. But Somno pushing up with the ball. But just one opportunity of one chance and one confirm coming out from Somno is all it takes. And this is looking like it's it. But defended away by Luke again. This guy will not let anything in. Not even against the massive Zentaro with 3 Rampage stacks.
Yeah, Luke is absolutely holding it down right now, but now core flip from Mangoes gets it over to Somno, dies, but Somno with the dash is able to confirm it in the stead of Mangoes Are Yummy sacrificed it all to find the points. As now Tragic, the MVP pass, will take the set and drag this one out a bit longer. Reptile and Recovery Drone are both here, but so is Specialized Training. And Hungry Boy is second pick. This is very scary. It is going to be a rapid fire pickup on the Era. Makes sense, but yeah, there's the Spec Training Vice, who... Ooh, that's going to be a lot to deal with. Deadeye on the IME as well is so much damage, and it's going to be probably a Might pickup or a Bulk Up pickup. Yeah, there it is on the Kazan. Somno actually went for the Bulk Up, or sorry, the Might of the Colossus over the Recovery Drone, which is interesting because they don't have any bonus size unless Tragic buffs them. So that's a bit of an interesting pickup. Mangoes actually went for the Reptile Remedy instead of Somno. I feel like Somno should have gone for that, and Mangoes gets Recovery Drone, but I guess they opted to do it a little bit differently. However, LLC picking up Spec, Bulk Up, and Deadeye, and then just scoring like an 8-second goal right there may set the tone. I don't know if there's enough survivability on the side of Pass to deal with that draft. Somno's health bar just gets obliterated from like one ability by Hungry Boy, and there he goes.
Yeah, I'm thinking the Bulk Up pick would have been huge for Somno, denying it from Wallaby and just not letting and getting a little bit of stagger, because right now Wallaby has 2 Stagger Awakenings and 128 power, and Somno is not wrong to pick up the Might of Colossus, because obviously with Rampage that can just scale to the moon, but that is not it's not how Pass is going to win this game. And it's really showing up as Somno is just permanently staggered and fighting for his life at all times. And really, even the Atlas Celestial Intervention is not going to help. It's just once again taken down to 0 immediately. Things are looking tough as Tragic is trying to dribble, trying to wait for any opportunity, but gets dash glitch popped by Luke. And now LLC has a power play, is looking to take down Somno while they're at it. It gets it, and that's Adrenaline Rush proc, and hey, it's not over till it's over, but this game is looking really rough for Pass right now.
Yeah, they're on match point as well. An unfortunate redirect there is going to mean the barrier is down. Hungry Boy and Luke all up in their faces, and there's the goalie gone. Mangoes off the field. It's only a matter of time now for the LLC to find the angle to score it in. Luke has a core-flip pass up to Hungry Boy, fires a Supernova. It's defended away, but Somno getting taken out by Wallaby, keeping it a permanent power play here for the LLC. Hungry Boy pass down to Wallaby is going to find the shot into the bottom, and that is the LLC making the comeback now in Game 2, and we are going to a Game 3. After they got thrashed in Game 1, they are now the ones delivering the thrashing here in Game 2. The comp paid off immensely that they picked. It was a bit of a risk, but they played that so well, and played the draft so well, and that looked really good from the LLC.
Yeah, really. It's so much damage coming out. Almost 44,000 from Hungry Boy. Almost 34,000 from Luke. It just over 70k from those two alone, and I think altogether 100,000 damage is being reached by LLC. And meanwhile, just Pass didn't have any answers to it. They had Atlas Res, and that's about it. And it was definitely not enough. What a difficult game. And I think Pass played so well in Game 1, and won in a very dominant fashion. But coming back from that game is going to be really difficult, because it's so disheartening to lose like that. And LOC on the other end has so much more momentum, coming off a big win. Coming out a big win that must feel pretty good. And so I don't know. I think LOC moving into this Atlas's lab, which is another map that just really favors KOs, is going to be uh, in their favor. But if Pass is able to get everything together and figure out what they want, I think they still have a chance. No, it's not over. It's not over yet. We're going to game 3, but I don't know. It's still looking a bit difficult for Pass here.
Yeah, Luke on that IME was absolutely cooking. Like not just the damage, but also like the saves that were coming out as well as the offensive play. That is, I wouldn't be surprised if we see an IME ban come out from Pass. I think the Awakenings may swing that one way or another, but um, yeah, a Hungry Boy on that Vice as well was just just forcing Somno to use every ounce of energy to evade, which admittedly Somno was getting a lot of really good evades, especially in that last set, but obviously the damage was just constant and you can't avoid all of it. Um, and it's just going to be inevitable. So curious to see what the draft ends up looking like, because that was like the polar opposite draft of what the LLC did in game 1. Estelle Julie Dubu into Aimi Kazan Vice is like a complete 180. And we're seeing now Reptile Remedy 1-2 punch start. So there is some survivability, but there also is the damage. And I think that's going to be a big determining factor, just like it was last time. We do see Pass ban out Luke's Aimi, but the LLC now banning out the Zentaro this time. And Pass are actually the ones who are going to be picking up the Kazan here. So two big key members of that comp have just gotten taken away by Pass. So it looks like they've taken that game to heart.
Yeah, took what they learned from that last game, and they said that they know what they have to do and have pulled it off. Interestingly, I'm surprised we're not seeing the Vice be picked up by LLC. Thought Hungry Boy was looking really strong on it. Instead, Mako and Era, which is an intimidating red side first 2 picks, because especially after the Kazan pick, you know, you want to deny the X, but you already have your brawler, and Kazan X does not sound like a good team comp in like 9 out of 10 situations. So it seems all but guaranteed that LLC will be picking up the Mako Era X, and now Pass has to figure out how to counter that with their last 2 picks. And so it looks like they're going to be locking in Luna and Asher, which I think is really interesting. Almost definitely in an Asher in the box and Luna midfield, which is great on this map. Very very famous pick, and I think their answer to the Mako Era X is to say we're going to pull out Luna and we're going to try and kill the X. I think that's a pretty good way of going about it.
Yeah, I think as well. Um, the fact that it is Reptile Remedy 1-2 punch is, I feel like it's either everyone is going 1-2 punch and it's a kill fest, or um enough people just go Reptile Remedy that the people that went 1-2 punch, it just doesn't even matter, right? Uh Reptile on its own is honestly a lot of survivability. Like you get a decent amount of stagger and you heal every time you hit the core. It's kind of difficult to stop someone from constantly regenning unless you like have Stinger or something. So that's gonna be kind of interesting. If it's like a 6-1-2 punch start, that could be absolutely wild. But I wouldn't be surprised. Like it's possible. It's possible, right? But I imagine at least Era is going for the Reptile Remedy. Um I'm just curious to see like how safe do these teams want to play it, or do they want to just all in? Because this is game 3. We have seen Pass dominate and we've seen the LLC dominate. We have not seen a game where it is so tightly contested from the beginning between these two teams yet. But the series obviously is. So with everything on the line, how far are they willing to push it and play this game of survivability versus damage chicken, um, to kind of determine who's going to take this week 1 series? But we'll find out in a minute as we are just about to load in.
Yeah, going into game, and I really agree with you. It's difficult to figure out which awakening you want to pick. I'm thinking about the X here, like Reptile Remedy on X. seems really, really strong because X is a brawler that relies on his strikes a lot more. And obviously, if you drop an ult and are striking the core with that, like that's just so much healing. And Reptile Remedy feels so nice to stay alive. But then 1-2 punch, you know, all this damage and support is coming in from Mako and Era, funneling into Wallaby Gangsta here, and opting for that 1-2 punch. Reptile Remedy, like you said, only going to Hungry Boy. Everyone else taking the 1-2 punch, and you know, I think we're in for a crazy game right now. One barrier down for LLC, but really not much to be said about that. Sky Jengi already having level 2, and I think this game all comes down to execution.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And also, notably, it is strike shot on both the goalies. They didn't go for pauldrons, so there's not even damage reduction over there. And already, we're seeing Sky Jengi getting taken out. And whoever... I have the spectator bug, so, like, I'm not seeing some people's names, unfortunately. But the Kazan getting taken out here as well as the KOs are just lining up, and it's already looking like we kind of were saying, where it's just going to be kind of one KO after another as it's back and forth, as Sky Jengi also already staggered after having respawned only moments ago. Hungry Boy with the core flip, however, is going to be able to secure it and bring it home. The LLC able to take point 1 here as everyone hitting level 2.
Yeah, coming in here, you see, the Pass was able to take out Wallaby Gangsta last point, taking out 2 barriers this point, and getting a 10-second goal. Getting a 10-second goal right there really quickly, and responding in kind. I think if we watch the last 2 games be sweeps for each of their respective teams, I think this game really is going to be very evenly matched. You know, a good back and forth going on based on what we've seen from these first 2 points. That being said, Wallaby Gangsta is in there. Core flip, defending against it, but not quite, as that X is massive. Sky Jengi looking a little low. I don't know. This game, it's Luke getting taken out. This game is just both these teams going back and forth with insane plays.
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly what we expected, really, but now Luke is back online, but both sides have open goals. Tragic sending it to the top. Sky Jengi looking for the hook. Tragic on the rebound, though, is going to be able to sink it right in. Was that a rocket, I think, hit it, like, right at the end? Yeah, that was a great setup there from Tragic in the midfield to sink it in, to bring Pass now up to set point. Already, Wallaby taking some damage from that black hole. Crater Maker coming in, but no barriers going down just yet. Hungry Boy passing it in, though. We'll be able to get 1 barrier here. The Sky Jengi firing right back with a barrier of their own. Wallaby coming in with the Bellringer. Has a core flip up, popping the X Maximus, popping the core flip, but can't grab a hold of the core, as Mangoes will be able to keep that barrier up, keep it standing, and Wallaby is not looking too healthy at the moment. At one incorrect angle, and Tragic could send him flying off the map, but pushing this corner offense right now. However, Mango's able to hold, and there it is. Tragic with the Crater Maker sends Wallaby flying, and now starts the power play once again here for the side of Pass. Trying to get it over to Sky Jengi, but is going to be able to get out. LLC will be able to hold on as we go into overtime, and the back and forth continues. But Kazan with the core flip able to find 1 barrier here. Luke firing right back to try and clear it out, trying to get it to Wallaby, but Mangoes is holding on quite well in the face of this X. Asher, a pretty good pick against the character, but a little overcommitted on the secondary. Is going to see the barrier fall down now as both sides open, but it is Pass who are looking for the offense. However, rebound gets back to Wallaby off the black hole, but loops back around once again as the back and forth now ensues.
Yeah, really just both teams just struggling to get through these melee goalies when they have the opportunity. But I think Tragic is playing so well this game, and a crazy Luna Dash or something like it can put it in. But maybe a crazy KO on Luke and a dimer from Tragic will be making it happen right there, and Pass will be taken it in the first set and awarded with Awakenings, and I think the Awakening draft here is going to be so critical. You see Catalyst being hovered by Tragic, an insane pick, just one of the best Awakenings in the game, taken off the bat right there, and we see Might of Colossus go straight to Skyjengi, not going to Wallaby at all, which is a huge deny, and just also really strong on Kazan. Size is going to be great. Bulk up going to Wallaby here, going to be big, especially for the survivability. As long as Wallaby can stay alive, their comp kind of stays together. Orb Dancer going to Mangoes Are Yummy. Going to be really nice. He's just been holding it down really well here, and it just has to continue doing that and wait for the damage to come out from his forwards to make it happen. Being said, both barriers are down, and LLC has the massive X going in. Just needs one opportunity to get it in, but with the ult burned, it's going to be a little tough, and now Pass has control of the ball and is on an offensive push here.
Yeah, and I mean, it looks, coming off of that draft, pretty much everyone is getting something that they want. So it's keeping it like relatively neutral. Like there's support on the era, and everyone else is getting either like damage or mobility, or in Tragic's case, the Catalyst, which is huge considering how much that they're just going to be getting hit dealing with the X and the Mako, in addition to, you know, hitting people back. So there's going to be a lot of value coming out of that. This being said, Mangoes does have a core flip up, but is dealing with a bit of an open goal situation. But getting into overtime is exactly where you want Skyjengi to be on the Kazan. Be able to get some of that core speed to try and get it past Luke here. But a missed strike shot from Mangoes does force the core flip out. However, a nice pass to Skyjengi will see the barrier go down, so it is rewarded to it. And a great play between Tragic and Skyjengi. Tragic rockets to the bumper and gets it right up there where Skyjengi can just utilize that core speed and sink it in before Luke can do anything about it. So it will be Pass taking first point now in this set and still continuing to look good. But the LLC have been keeping these rounds very, very close.
Yeah, definitely. LLC is not pulling their punches and really giving Pass the business. And I think just, I don't know, both these teams are so evenly matched. Luke looking a little low, though. Skyjengi, too. Skyjengi getting bounced away by the core flip, but that means Luke no longer has the core flip and is looking really low. Tragic going for the kill. It just, both these teams kind of locked in a stalemate as Skyjengi and Luke are brawling it out right now.
Tragic with some nice dribbles here. A rocket to get it around the back side of that barrier is going to be Pass opening up LLC's side of the goal. Skyjengi dashing in, goes for the shot. Hungry Boy has to be on the defense. Nice strike force from Luke, 2 in a row to get it out, but X has to get it past. The pass splitter will be able to do so. However, Tragic trying to send it back in. Hungry Boy, nice positioning. Is going to see one barrier go down, but back in the hands of Skyjengi. Luke makes the save, gets it back over to Wallaby Gangsta, who finds the barrier. But now Skyjengi on the rebound is going to be able to find the dribble into the pop-up and score regardless. Pass now on set point, up 2-0 in a really nice position. They're going to have 2 core flips here going into this. They could just try and potentially steal this set away, get another good draft, and bring it out of reach of the LLC. But the LLC have been showing that they can bring it back when they need to. And this is one of those moments with both barriers down now. It's up to Hungry Boy. Finds one barrier off the core flip. Luke trying to get it back in to find a second one. Skyjengi is staggered, but no KO is going to be found just yet. They're not in a good spot to really do it, but they have the offense going. Tragic looking hurt. Pass splitter coming out from Mangoes. Still has a core flip though, burns it here. Gets it past Wallaby. Crater Maker comes out. Luke gets it out of there though. Now back to Tragic in the midfield, trying to get through Hungry Boy. Rocket into dash. A great play from Tragic. Finds it in the bottom side. Pass will take their second set. Looking really solid going into this draft.
Yeah, really. We're seeing this 1-2 punch start pay out specifically for Pass. All this core speed is really difficult to deal with, and they're able to just get these goals off of it. And now, the absolute pick of the litter for Tragic, but opting with Unstoppable, the one awakening that kind of shuts down Luna entirely. It has to feel terrible passing up things like Missile Prop, Extra Special, or Stinger, but I definitely think that was the right play. extra special falling to Mangoes Are Yummy, which is super useful. Orb Dancer on Hungry Boy. I think it's a deny. Oh, yeah, absolutely. As Mangoes Are Yummy has 5 stacks of Orb Dancer. Prize Fighter on Wallaby Gangster could make a big difference if he's able to stack it up. But if he gets knocked out at all, it's going to be really difficult to deal with. Right now, just trying to focus on Tragic. Taking him out, not letting him do anything. But no damage is really stuck yet, and kind of in a stalemate as 1 barrier is down for each team.
Yeah, that prize fighter pickup is, it's going to be a little bit risky because after that first set, the LLC haven't really been able to find any consistent KOs. So if Wallaby can't get that prize fighter stacked up, their kind of one big win con here is the damage that they offer. But obviously if they can't do that, Tragic in the midfield has just been really like making plays to get this core over to Sky Jengi, who has been finding the angles to score on Luke, and right there as well, bringing down that barrier and winning that strike war there, finding the shot. If he ever gets to Sky Jengi like that, it becomes such a massive challenge for Luke and Hungry Boy to deal with, especially once it hits overtime, because the core just moves so fast with 1-2 punch Kazan that, yeah, it's looking really difficult for the LLC as Passive converted their damage game plan into this core speed positioning game plan almost.
Yeah, absolutely. Sky Jengi just went absolutely nuclear that last point, able to get the barrier off a crazy play and then put it in off the overtime 1-2 punch. Close strike. So much core speed coming out from this guy, and kind of just always a benefit of having Kazan is that you're able to hit the ball harder than anyone else with Jitsu Strike and catch people off guard. And I think that's exactly what happened last point, and probably going to continue to happen unless Luke is able to take out Sky Jengi here, which, Kazan, despite having all the score speed, has a really low stagger values, and it is pretty easy to knock out if they're able to get it done. They have a much better chance of winning, but otherwise, Sky Jengi is just going to have some incredible hook plays like that we saw get the barrier, and a pocket rocket almost putting it in off the core speed. Both these forwards converging, dropping the flips. The hook comes out off the core flip and puts it in the top corner, and Pass is bringing us to series point with just insane, mind-blowing play after insane play.
That was an incredible play from Sky Jengi. He caught it off the core flip, barely reaching it with the core flip, and then hooked it with overtime core speed and still managed to hit the redirect to angle it into the goal so it wouldn't just hit the bumper. That was so precise and looked so clean right there from Sky Jengi. This guy might be Kazan in real life. I don't know. But they have 1 barrier down now and are just looking to take this one home, as the LLC haven't really been able to get much these last couple of sets. They do have Sky Jengi kind of staggered right now, but just running back to midfield and looking to survive. It's now actually Wallaby who's staggered, and with a hook from Sky Jengi, that's actually going to be the KO, so Pass actually earning the power play there. It's now Tragic just working his way up the field here. Sky Jengi getting into position, core flip coming out from Mangoes to try and send it in. The barrier is going to be holding for now, but a lot of tough offense coming out here. Tragic dashing in is going to find it as we get into overtime. Once again here, Wallaby able to fire back with a barrier of his own, but will it be enough? Mangoes is up on the defense here. Hungry Boy trying to send it back in, but Mangoes gets taken out. Tragic core flip down to Sky Jengi, finds the hook, but gets hit stun, can't find the shot. Now Tragic once again, just the forwards here. Wallaby in this top side, top spin coming out from Sky Jengi. That was so disjointed looking. That was crazy, but they managed to hold it down. Hungry Boy, however, pass to Wallaby, finds the shot between Mangoes and Tragic. And the LLC will put themselves on the board, but they have to make the full reverse sweep with absolutely no mess ups, because this is Pass on series point, and Sky Jengi has a core flip.
Sky Jengi with the core flip. Gonna be big. Tragic looking a little low. Wallaby Gangsta losing the prize fighter stack. Last point, getting it back. Now sitting at 1. Almost was able to get another one off Tragic there, but now Tragic with the unstoppable. Kind of Definitely difficult to deal with. Loses it again with the 1-2 punch, dash, and rocket. And now Pass with a power play, trying to get it through the Mako here. Luke also has core flip. It'll be really hard to get anything done. It's going to take a really nice play or some crazy core speed to get it through, but the flip being burned. Sky Jengi looking really low. Might be able to take him out and then turn this point that is so pass favored into an LLC power play. Sky Jengi able to get an orb, but that's both barriers down for Pass. And LLC is really coming to life in this last set here, or this most recent set, if they're able to win it. But that's both barriers down altogether. If Pass is able to win this one, but it slips through the Asher primary, and we could be going to a set 4. LLC surging right now.
LLC have an opportunity here. Hungry Boy has max orb stacks as well, so can afford to be a little bit more liberal with that speed boost and with that NATO here, but it's going to be Sky Jengi bringing down the first barrier off a nice crook leverage there. Tragic was looking for more, but now they got 3 core flips up on the side of Pass. They're going to lose 1 barrier, though. Sky Jengi coming back on the defense, but Wallaby X Maximus, 1-2 punch bulk up, takes him out, earns a prize fighter stack, and now gets the barrier off the Maelstrom. Finds the point as well. Wallaby Gangsta is going to bring it to a set 4. The LLC are not out of this yet. They brought it back from absolute destruction. Wallaby is the MVP. Quick strikes on the board, stacks on stacks on the board. Deadeye, though, is also here for Tragic. This could be a make or break draft for the LLC, depending on what happens. Quick Strike does go to Wallaby, which is a big pickup, but Deadeye going to Tragic is really, really scary with how he's been playing. Stacks as well on Sky Jengi just means even more speed on this Kazan, who has already been running circles around Luke. Chrono on Era does mean, on Hungry Boy, right? That does mean more speed for the side of the LLC, as well as aerials. So they are going to be moving pretty fast on the buffs, but it's going to be a little bit tough here, I think. There's just more consistent builds right now from the side of Pass, whereas the LLC are kind of going all or nothing, and we'll have to see how it pays off. They do get 1 barrier to start us off, though, but we'll just have to see. They're looking to make this push here.
Yeah, I think the Deadeye on Tragic is obviously huge. Oh, and
right
we see it come into play right there. That's prize fighter stack down for Wallaby, and a big power play as barriers down for both sides off the black hole. But Tragic with a great pass to Sky Jengi, and Sky Jengi able to take the shot, defended by Luke with the strike shot, but has the speed to pick it up. Now, sitting at 54 stacks already off the first point, and Pass is looking really strong. I think LLC has to take down Sky Jengi and make sure that his stacks are never on board if they want to win. And that's going to be tough because Sky Jengi is always on LLC's side of the map. And so their entire comp funnels all damage into X. But if X is also permanently on the enemy side of the map, it's going to be hard to take that guy out. That being said, both barriers down for both sides. And it's still anyone's game here.
Sides of opportunities to score here. Wallaby in the bottom doesn't have the range on the bull rush, but the Maelstrom is going to separate the defense there for Pass. It's going to be enough for Hungry Boy to find the push with Wallaby to get the point to tie it up. The LLC are keeping it close here. Wallaby doesn't have any prize fighter stacks, but that did allow a little bit more time there for Sky Jengi to build up some more of those pancakes, sitting at 70 right now. So moving decently quick here, but it's the LLC who are going to find a push here. They lost 1 barrier, get core flip coming out of Mangoes, try and send it away. Wallaby with the bell ringer, gets 1 barrier, gets 2 off the bounce. It's an open goal now. The LLC looking for an opportunity to score, but Wallaby looking really hurt here. Pops the X Maximus, but is staggered. Hungry Boy pushing up, finds the shrink. Bell ringer to bring it to the bottom. Mangoes is holding the defense, but Magical Maelstrom winding up, and there goes Wallaby, taken off the map. Core flip comes out from Tragic, and now Sky Jengi has one on the power play. Luke has a barrier up, finds the core flip, but not going to get too much other than buying a bit of time for Wallaby to hopefully respawn here. Hungry Boy passed down to Wallaby in the bottom side here, looking for the bull rush. Going to find it to get it through Mangoes. And now the LLC are on set point once again. 1 more, and they can bring it to a set 5.
Yeah, really well played by Wallaby there with the 1-2 punch, dashes in and then strikes it and gets so much So much core speed off of that, so hard to react to, and like you said, set point for LLC. We could be seeing a set 5 come out here, which would be crazy. I think Pass just like has much better awakening drafts and builds here. And oh, but we might be going to a 0.5 here because Luke gets knocked out right there. Both barriers down though for Pass. And Hungry Boy on the defense, able to hold it long enough for Luke to come back. All barriers down. LLC really wants to win this point here, but it's going to be Sky Jengi putting it in after eating the perfect pitch from Luke, taking us to 0.5 in the set 4. We could either see the game end right here, going to Pass, or see a set 5 and an opportunity for LLC to bring it all back.
Anyone's game, every move is so critical at this point. Both barriers remaining up for both sides on kickoff, but Tragic with the rocket is going to bring one down on the side of LLC. Sky Jengi bringing down the second one. An open barrier now. Pass has an opportunity here as Sky Jengi pushing up. Tragic dashing in, but Luke able to hold so far. Mango's trying to send it back in, but now Hungry Boy trying to get it to Wallaby here. Core flip comes out. No barrier. Sad Boy's angle, but on the rebound gets both of them. An open goal on both sides. Sky Jengi goes for the shot. Luke able to hold, though. Trying to get it around. Mango's down to Tragic. But the passing play continues back to Sky Jengi. Hungry Boy has to come up to intercept that. Gets it over to Wallaby. Dashes in. Gets Mango's core flip, but doesn't go very far. However, back to Sky Jengi. Finds the hook down to the bottom. Primary going to stop it. But core flip from Sky Jengi is going to be enough to get it through Luke. And that is Pass taking the game. Yeah, so close. And now taking the series here. As it is Pass who will emerge victorious over LLC in an absolute heater of a series. Man, what a game.
Yeah, wow. I want to say incredibly well played by Sky Jengi at the end there. Just with that with that stacks speed, able to just skate all over the enemy team and build up enough energy to get core flip just in time to pop it and send it right in. And yeah, I don't know, Pass was just looking incredible. I think a lot of people saw LOC, especially in landing, and say like, this team is really strong. This team is one of the top contenders in NASA. But hey, don't sleep on Pass. I think they're also another top contender, putting on such a great performance. Both these teams played really well, but Pass is able to just get it in the end, and I'm really impressed with both of these teams.
Yeah, that was a really, really good series there from both teams. Pass looking so good in that first game. I mean, it's crazy. You almost never see a series like that, right? Where it's literally a 9-0 sweep game 1. Game 2 is basically the opposite from the other team, being a 3-1 game, but it was still kind of a sweep. The LLC just dishing out so much damage that Pass couldn't do anything about it. And then going into game 3, where it is just neck and neck the entire way, but Pass managing to win the sets, and the LLC just barely, trying to bring it back, making it to set 4 and losing out on 0.5 of that set to this hyper fast speed Kazan Sky Jengi. It's just so close. Great play from both sides. We got to see both teams just absolutely shine when they did, and just play around each other so well, exploit each other's weaknesses, find each other's, find their own kind of strengths, right? Yeah, it just looked really well. I think the drafts were navigated pretty well by both teams. I think they both kind of had their moments, but yeah, some awakenings were very critical there. I think Sky Jengi getting those pancakes and like getting those stacks up was huge. And just Pass playing to the point of not really allowing the Era X Mako to do what it does, which is funnel the core and funnel damage to X. They just put way too much pressure on them for that to ever be like a viable thing for the LLC to do, and it paid off immensely. Sky Jengi on that Kazan was a huge proponent of that, but also Tragic in the midfield, setting up some insane plays, both scoring and KOs to just keep what is normally a very scaling heavy, volatile comp in check very well. So yeah, I mean that was just a great series from both teams, but especially Pass. I'm very excited to see where they go from here.
Yeah, me too. And with that all being said, I think that's it. I think that's all the NASA we have for today. Uh, and so it- I have nothing left. I said and so leading into like more. That's it. Hey, thanks for watching.
Yeah.
I think we're done here. Any last words?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think we've said it all. Good luck to the rest of the teams that are playing. I think it's like Dragon Bite and PLX is one of the matches. Hang on, I can yeah. Oh no, it's Dragon Bite and chatting, and then PLX versus Ants. So yeah, good luck to those teams that are playing, even though we're not gonna be watching them. I'm sure that they'll be great matches. But yeah, great games today. So that's all. Thanks for watching.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.